Welcome to Boomerbabeslife. I'm Jaynie Morris-Riggs, founder and creator of Fun, and you are coming back into my world again with our fabulous series, Sheroes Unlimited. Now, for those of you who've been watching them, I've been getting lots of texts, lots of emails saying, oh, they're fantastic, I'm getting great inspiration, I'm being motivated to do things with my life from the stories that we're hearing of the beautiful Sheroes that you're interviewing. Well, I'm not letting you down today either, because I've actually invited a very special guest who you've already sort of met when we recently launched Boomerbabeslife Travel, our new travel division. You've already met Christa, so I've invited her to come back on Sheroes Unlimited to tell us her story, to give us a little bit of insight about her. So this isn't about Boomerbabeslife Travel. This is about you, Christa Kinnear. So welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I've got to say, you are an amazing inspiration, because I read your book and just read it in a whole day, and I realised our lives are very similar, same. When you have a public image, you're all outgoing, and down inside sometimes you can cringe. So thank you, that was absolutely wonderful. And it's being shared now amongst my family, so...
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Well,
absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, this is all about you, but having said that, I appreciate that, because as you know, the only reason I wrote that story was just to try and help other women as well. So
it's wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
And my story probably started when I was around 40, divorced, 2 children. What am I going to do? How am I going to cope? And so forth. And I was very lucky. I had a little part-time job in travel, 3 days a week, so I could work with my children, drop them off at school, pick them up for Sun Lover Holidays, which was Queensland tourism. So how could you be down when you're promoting a wonderful destination? So work and home life crossed over a lot, because it gave us opportunities to travel to Queensland, and from there it got stronger and stronger. So that led 10 years I was with that company, and then I worked, I was headhunted and worked for a cruise line, and my passion for cruising probably started when I was 12, and we went to Germany and back, where I was born, and I said to my mum, when I grow up, I'll work on a cruise ship. So eventually I did, but I forgot to grow up. So working for the cruise line, and all during that time I was working, promoting to Phil Hoffman Travel, just this little startup company some 30 years ago, which is huge now, and yes, I'm working for them. But when my cruise ship got taken away, Phil said, I'd have you come and work with me, but I'm just worried you'd run away to sea, working on a cruise ship. But I did stay on land and worked with him now for 20 years and love it. It's part of my life. I love the people I meet, and it's showing me that you can keep going with family support and lovely people around you, and like-minded people that, my friends were people that were going through similar situations. You can become strong and you can enjoy life, and my life is fabulous.
So would you say that what you've done, and in particular your career, as you've mentioned in the last 20 years, being with Phil Hoffman Travel, who, by the way, as everybody already knows, is our partner at Boomerbabeslife Travel, little plug. Would you say that the way that has grown in the last 20 years, there really is quite a crossover of your life and your work now? Is it? It
is, because there's so many things, like my passion for cruising. I said, why don't we do groups? I'll escort the groups, and that became my holidays. And then you meet and make such beautiful friendships. In fact, I found it hard to find who are my friends outside of travel, because we all love travel, and through my travelling with groups I've met so many lovely people. So it has been very intertwined. I forget when I'm having fun, is this work or is it fun? Because it's all fun, and that's what I love doing.
So when we're talking to women just like us, Boomer Babes, in the things that you have done and the way that your life has, you've effectively stayed in travel, but you've gone in different directions in travel.
Absolutely.
All along the way. So in talking to Boomer Babes that would be your clients, now I'm assuming, a lot of them as well, when they're transitioning something or something's going on in their world that's not quite right and they've got to go in a different direction, do you get a little bit tempted to say, oh, you should get into travel?
To work in travel?
Yes.
It can take a lot of hours, so if you're passionate about it, definitely
Right.
you can do that. I would say look for what you love in your heart and your soul that gives you happiness. Travel just happens to do that for me. So if I'm away, if I hear a plane go over, I still get excited. So do what makes you feel passionate, but don't give up on your dreams, because I thought at 40 I'm going to be broke, penniless, let the kids down, but I just kept going little steps at a time, and now they're older, I can obviously work full time.
So travel is your life as well as your career. The question that I ask Sheroes, but they usually say travel, is, so what do you do in your spare time?
The beach calls me a lot.
Does it?
I do love to sail too, but I've probably lost my nerve a little bit. But anything beach walking, I'm going to be down at Goulwood to watch you do your 30Ks.
Thank
Briefly,
you.
I thought about joining it, and I thought probably out of touch with some of the exercising, but this too will come good. Apart from that, at the moment I've had a lot of family commitments, which I love. I enjoy the grandchildren. We're planning a trip to the Gold Coast because my 8-year-old has never flown yet. I mean, gosh.
With you as grandma.
I know. The little one,
that work?
my granddaughter, we went to Disneyland last year.
Yes.
So it's planning those things that we can do as a family as well, so you've got those memories, which is lovely.
You mentioned before that you'd read my book again. Thank you for that. So is reading important to you? Do you enjoy reading?
I love to read. I took a group of people to Switzerland recently, and one of my favourite books was Heidi. I grew up Heidi, so Switzerland was on my bucket list. I've ticked it, but I need to go back. So we went to Heidi's village, way up in the mountains.
There is a village?
There is a village, Heidi's village, up near Mainfeld.
Yeah.
And to me, this was my big dream day because I read all their books as a child, Johanna Spree, and that's where she went to write. So I ticked that of my childhood dreams. Sadly, it didn't look as big or as wonderful as the books portrayed, but I still bought the book and I bought the video, and I love to read. It's
always the way, isn't it? Whatever you've read and you go and it's not, or the movie you've seen and you go, or you go somewhere and then you read the book and it doesn't quite connect. But with travelling and everything that you do in your life and the way that you have actually reinvented yourself, even though you've stayed in the same track as far as travel is concerned, but you have actually done that as you've moved through to get to the point where you are right now. If you had an 8-year-old Christa in front of you right now, what would you say to her?
Oh, 8-year-old Christa, probably what my mum used to say to me, or Dad, I think, was probably my driving light. Be happy, absolutely be happy. Always find the fun in anything. Reach for the stars, dream big, because if it falls slightly short, it's still pretty amazing. And be kind to yourself. And I forget that part a little bit sometimes, as we all do. So be kind to yourself, and that comes across that you're kind to others. That's the important part for a little 8-year-old.
That's fabulous. Christa, it's been an absolute delight having you here as a very special guest on our Sheroes Unlimited series. Thank you so much.
Thank you for allowing me to be part of it. I'm loving every moment.
Giving us an insight into your life is also going to help us as well as with everything that we're doing with Boomerbabeslife Travel, but most importantly, getting a really good understanding of who you are, Christa.
Thank you.
Very important for all of us. So thank you so much. And I do hope that you've enjoyed another episode of Sheroes Unlimited. Christa is very inspiring, and you are fortunate that it's not just now that you get to see or hear from her, as you already know with Boomerbabeslife Travel. But if you'd like to catch up on any of the other episodes in Sheroes Unlimited, it's really simple. Just go to boomerbabeslife.com boomerbabeslife.com/SheroesUnlimited. You'll find the podcast, the video links, it's all there. And of course, if you'd like to avail yourself of the membership too, check out the membership at boomerbabeslife.com. So until next time, our next series of Sheroes Unlimited and another fabulous, inspiring Shero. My name is Jaynie Morris-Riggs, founder and creator of fun at Boomerbabeslife, and thank you so much, Christa, for being with us.
Thank you. Let's go have some fun.
Let's go and have a glass of champagne.
Absolutely.